Welcome back! We are at day 4 of these videos today, and we are continuing on with Percy Jackson. This is the 4th book in the series. It is Percy Jackson and the Battle of the Labyrinth. And this is what the book looks like. And for this video and the other ones, I'm going to try to be a little bit shorter because I know these videos can be a little bit longer, but I really thank you for tuning in and watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. But I'll start off going into the book. So in this one, Percy is going into a new school again, and one disaster strikes. And what usually happens in this book, monsters start to attack. And after orientation, because he was there for the orientation, because his mom, Sally Jackson, was dating the teacher that worked there. And so he was kind of helping her with that, but because in the first book I mentioned that her husband was Gabe Bugiano and he was a bad guy. What happened was the Medusa head that he chopped off basically, she used it against him, and so he was gone, but she's with a good guy now. Anyways, he helps get him into that school, and it's a good school, but the monsters attack, and Rachel Dare is actually the one who helps Percy. And she was the mortal I talked about in the last video. She's the one who can see through the mist. And so he goes to Camp Half-Blood, and he learns about the maze. And the maze was designed by Daedalus, and Daedalus is a incredible person. He's able to build so many things, and he's in a way more than an architect. I mean, he has built so many things, and he has so many ideas that he hasn't even done. So Annabeth, of course, is intrigued because she loves archaeology. She loves building things. That's the one thing she would want to do. And so she realized that she'll soon be going on the quest to go through the labyrinth, because with the labyrinth, you can just go a certain amount, like walk a certain steps, and you'll be in a different country. And Percy finds out when he's there that Luke is on his quest for revenge, and he plans to go through the labyrinth and to enter it through Camp Half-Blood and destroy the camp. Annabeth and Percy, they'll find an entrance into the labyrinth, and they're trying to find Luke and stop him and his army before that happens. But they eventually find Daedalus, which I'll go into Daedalus in a little bit. But Percy becomes separated from the group after he destroys an area, and he lands on Calypso Island. Calypso's Island, basically she's been sentenced to stay there, and she has a pretty sad life. Every month, a good-looking guy comes down, and they fall in love with her, and she falls in love with him, but they all leave. And so Percy has to decide whether he's going to stay in paradise with this beautiful lady or if he's going to go back to do his quest. And so he does go back, and it breaks her heart, and he just feels terrible about it, because literally it is a paradise. It's on the beach, an island, and then they have these servants that bring him food every day. You do have to do stuff still, I mean, since you're on an island, but I mean, it's just very peaceful. They realize, though, they need to get help from Rachel Dare, and Rachel, as I said earlier, she can see through the mist, and so she's able to see which direction to go through the maze. And so that really helps them because they've been having trouble discovering which path they need to go on. They reach Daedalus, but he's hesitant to help them, and so they really have to help do it themselves, really. But Grover is on his own quest, and he actually finds his friends. He's looking for Pan to prove he exists, because if not, he'll lose his job. And in the labyrinth, he does find Pan, and they all do. And he breathes life into each of them except for Miko, who is the son of Hades. And Luke, he finds Adrian's string, and he leads his army out of the labyrinth into Camp Half-Blood. And so a battle happens against the demigods and Luke and the other demigods. But Grover is actually able to scare them away with his voice, and it was the voice of Pan. And then Daedalus dies and closes the labyrinth. So this one, it was one of my favorite parts just about this whole book is, if you've read these books, you know about Grover, and he's different in the movie. He's more confident and he's more assured of himself. He's more extroverted too. In the book, he's not that way. He's kind of shy and he's very kind, but he's just he doesn't really have like the biggest belief in himself, and you get to see him shine through the books. And in this one especially, when that happened, it was showing that Grover is more than people think he is. But I just wanted to conclude with this video, and by saying that Saturday I will be posting a new video. It's going to be a baking video, and because I love reading and I love baking, so I'll be making candy apples and Tinker Tails, and they are actually items you can get at Disneyland or Disney World, but since Disneyland is closed now, well, it's slowly reopening, and Disney World is open, but if you are like myself and you live in Arizona, it's kind of a far distance. So that way you can be able to make it at home and feel like the real thing. But if there are any books you would like me to do for next video, or any questions you have, or if there's something I missed, please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for tuning in again, and have a wonderful day.